everybody! Today's story is A Squash and a Squeeze by Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler. I hope you enjoy it! A little old lady lived all by herself, with a table and chairs and a jug on the shelf. A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse. "There's not enough room in my house. Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your hen," said the wise old man. "Take in my hen? What a curious plan!" Well, the hen laid an egg on the fireside rug, and flapped around the room, knocking over a jug. The little old lady cried, "What shall I do? It was Pokey for one, and it's Teeny for two. My nose has a tickle, and there's no room to sneeze. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your goat," said the wise old man. "Take in my goat? What a curious plan!" Well, the goat chewed the curtains and trod on the egg, then sat down to nibble at the table leg. The little old lady cried, "Glory be! It was Teeny for two, and it's Titchy for three. My hen pecked the goat, and the goat's got fleas. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your pig," said the wise old man. "Take in my pig? What a curious plan!" So she took in her pig, who kept chasing the hen, and raiding the larder again and again. Raiding the larder, that means he's in the cupboard. A larder is like a cupboard, and he's eating all the food. The little old lady cried, "Stop, I implore! It was Teachy for three, and it's Teeny for four. Even the pig in the larder agrees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your cow," said the wise old man. "Take in my cow? What a curious plan!" What do you think? Do you think it's a good idea for the old lady to take in her cow? Let's see. Well, the cow took one look and charged straight at the pig, then jumped on the table and tapped out a jig. The little old lady cried, "Heavens alive! It was Teeny for four, and it's Weeny for five. I'm tearing my hair out, I'm down on my knees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take them all out," said the wise old man. "But then I'll be back where I first began." So she opened the window and out flew the hen. "That's better, at last I can sneeze again." She shooed out the goat and she shoved out the pig. My house is beginning to feel pretty big. She huffed and she puffed, and she pushed out the cow. Just look at my house, it's enormous now. Thank you, old man, for the work you have done. It was weeny for 5, but it's gigantic for 1. There's no need to grumble, and there's no need to grouse. There's plenty of room in my house. And now she's full of frolics and fiddle-de-dees. It isn't a squash, and it isn't a squeeze. Yes, she's full of frolics and fiddle-de-dees. It isn't a squash, and it isn't a squeeze. Well, it wasn't a squash or a squeeze after all, was it? She had lots of room at the beginning, but she just didn't know until all the animals joined her in the house. Do you think the man was wise? I certainly do. That's the end of today's story, everybody. Goodbye.